So I've been really enjoying the Kaiju number 8 anime. Everything from its intriguing world building to the amazing characters in the series has gotten me really drawn into the universe. So I decided, why not make a YouTube video on it to help others better understand the series. So today we're going to be diving deep into the thrilling world of Kaiju number 8 and exploring every type of Kaiju in the series, from the monsters, giants that threaten humanity to the unique and powerful entities that defy classification. Join me as I break down the characteristics, abilities, and roles of each of these kaijus. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the series, this crash course to the different types of kaijus will give you a newfound appreciation to the diverse and terrifying creatures that inhabit this extraordinary universe. Let's get started. But before we start, how about you do me a favor and like and sub? If you're interested in learning more about Kaiju number 8, it takes literally a second to do, and your support is greatly appreciated. So let's first start off with what exactly is a kaiju? Kaijus are monstrous creatures that pose a huge threat to humanity in Kaiju number 8, and they've been around for centuries. They can appear all around the globe, but they mainly show up in Japan. This led to the development of the Japan Anti-Kaiju Defense Force. It's a military organization that specializes in bringing down and neutralizing these kaijus. If you're wondering what exactly their origins are, well, as a seasoned Kaiju number 8 veteran, it's my pleasure to inform you that no one knows. That information hasn't been revealed yet in the manga, so your guess is as good as mine. There's been tons of theories about them, like they're antibodies born of the Earth to destroy humanity since we've been very naughty, blah 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 blah, destroying Earth with pollution, causing global warming, you get it. Or another theory that says that they're ancient creatures that feed on radiation, that they've been here way before humans, and just recently started taking their rightful place as the rulers of the world, but that sounds way too much like a Godzilla plotline. And honestly, if it was anything generic like that, I would probably drop this series because that sounds generic as fuck. But I've got faith in the manga creator. He's been doing really good so far, so I'm sure like the Kaiju's origin reveal will be pretty good. Anyway, Kaijus can come in various forms and sizes, each with their own unique abilities and characteristics. But all Kaijus do have similar abilities like super durability, strength, some can even fly, and in super rare cases even speak. The different types of sizes are Super Giant Class Kaiju, Giant Class Kaiju, Mid-Size Kaiju, and Miniature Kaiju. Kaijus are also assigned a Fortitude level scale, indicating their overall strength, durability, and resistance to damage. And they're classified into Honju, which are more dangerous and stronger Kaiju, and Yoju, which are smaller Kaiju that accompany or spread off from the Honju. Kaiju with exceptionally high Fortitude levels or abnormal characteristics are given a number, has an identifier based on where they first appear, and are classified as Daikaiju, denoting their status as particularly formidable threats to humanity. While Kaiju look like demons born from the deepest layer of hell, they're not invincible. One of their biggest weaknesses is their core. These cores are essentially their life force, or critical source of energy for the Kaiju. Destroying a Kaiju's core is often the most effective way to beat him, which is what the defense force does. By understanding and exploiting their weakness through advanced weaponry, strategic planning, and coordinated attacks, they're able to capitalize on this huge weakness that the Kaijus have, to protect humanity and to overcome these monstrous threats. Now that we've gone over what a Kaiju is, let's go more in depth about their power classification. I'll first start off with the Honju. Their fortitude level is usually above 6.0. These are more dangerous and stronger types of Kaiju, typically posing a significant threat to humanity if left in check. Honju are considered major threats due to their size, strength, and destructive capabilities. They often require the full attention and resources of the Japan Defense Force, or GDF, to combat effectively. According to the Go Hoshina, it would take a whole squadron or captain or vice-level captain to defeat one. We've seen several Honju in the anime, like the one number 9 resurrected in episode 4. It had a violet body with red horns all over it and a long spiky tail. Although blindness, Honju has exceptional hearing and is able to break through buildings with ease. Not only that, but it was able to shoot energy-based attacks. The Honju had a few weaknesses like its stomach because the skin there was thinner than the rest of its body, and their hyper-developed sense of hearing made a stun grenade super effective against them. Another Honju that we saw in the anime was the fungal type, the Mina eliminated in episode 6. This Honju resembled a mushroom with a quadrupedal body. It was able to summon a ridiculous amount of Yoju. These Yoju have reproductive organs that if not destroyed will create a new Yoju from its corpse. As you can see, Each Honju encounter brings new challenges and revelations, highlighting the ever-evolving nature of the kaiju threat and the constant need for adaptation and innovation in combat tactics. Alright, onto the Yoju. These are smaller kaiju that accompany or sprout off from the Honju, like the one we just previously talked about. They're less powerful individually but can be dangerous in groups. For example, with the fungal type. It's easy to take out one or two of them, but when they start coming at you in crazy numbers like in the thousands, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. Also, just because they accompany Honju doesn't mean that they're weak. Yoju fortitude levels can exceed 6.0, which puts them in the gray area of both being a Honju while still being a Yoju. So yeah, don't underestimate Yoju. Now on to my favorite type of kaiju. The Daikaiju. These kaiju boast extremely high fortitude levels that exceed 8.0, signifying their immense strength, durability, and destructive capabilities. Daikaiju are significantly more formidable than regular kaiju or Honju, often requiring special strategies and considerable effort to defeat them. One prime example of a Daikaiju is our protagonist, Kafka Hibino, also known as Kaiju number 8. Kafka possesses an extremely high fortitude level of 9.8, making him the highest fortitude level of a kaiju that we've seen so far in the series. His transformation into Kaiju number 8 occurs after an unidentified kaiju violates his mouth and enters into his body, granting him the extraordinary ability to shift between a human and a kaiju form. In his kaiju form, Kafka exhibits a muscular build covered with tough, dark exoskeleton with sharp glowing eyes, large claws, and prominent fangs. This form not only enhances his physical strength and durability, but also provides him rapid regenerative capabilities, allowing him to quickly recover from injuries. Even if he loses a limb, he can quickly get it back. This form also has a very unique addition to it. It allows him to piss from his nips. What the fuck? Kaijus are freaky. Moreover, Kafka's kaiju form, it has unique abilities other than brute strength and the unique nips we talked about. He can unleash massive energy-based attacks, adding a ranged component to his combat skills. These energy blasts are highly destructive, capable of causing significant damage to other kaiju and structures, like the time he beat the dog shit out of Kaiju number 9 and almost left him dead. It's a shame he didn't finish the job, and save us from all the pain that's gonna occur in the future. Actually, I thought over that statement and I take it back. If Kaiju number 9 died in episode 7, the anime would have basically been over. At least until a crazy new kaiju shows up. But Kafka isn't only that kaiju we see in the anime. We also encountered Kaiju number 9 and Kaiju number 10, each with their own unique abilities and terrifying power. Kaiju number 9 epitomizes cunning and strategic prowess, coupled with a fortitude level of 8.5, making him a formidable adversary for the defense force. His incredible speed allows him to move quickly enough to evade detection, even from the likes of Lena, and quickly escape dangerous situations without being noticed. His reflexes are also astonishingly quick, enabling him to dodge bullets from an automatic rifle with ease. Kaiju number 9 also has total control over his body, allowing him the power to shapeshift into a human, grow extra limbs, and even stretch his body like Reed Richards. One of his favorite attacks is shooting chunks of his body from his index finger, with such high velocity that it can injure formidable opponents like Kikuru and Neleno, by piercing through the defense force suits with ease. The move does have a weakness though, and that's if someone can predict the timing, it becomes slightly easier to evade. But good luck with that. He's not limited to just 2 arms, he can grow even more of them, and it's game over for you. You're gonna be drilled so hard your body's gonna end up looking like a pincushion. And forget calling for help. Kaiju number 9 basically has a domain expansion that can interrupt radio frequencies and vital signs within a certain area, trapping his prey and preventing outside interference. So yeah, in simple terms, you're screwed. Kaiju number 9 first demonstrated his genius during the Defense Force exam, where he resurrected several defeated kaiju, leaving the Defense Force very confused about their situation. If Kafka hadn't transformed, it's likely most of the examinees would have probably died. Unlike kaiju that rely on their brute strength, Kaiju number 9's intelligence sets him apart. He can plan and execute multifaceted strategies that put immense pressure on the Defense Force, forcing them to constantly reassess and adjust their tactics. One of Kaiju number 9's most dangerous abilities is his ability to create and manipulate other kaiju. By commanding lesser kaiju, he can coordinate large-scale assaults, creating chaos and overwhelming the defense force with sheer numbers and strategic positioning. This ability to control and mobilize other kaiju makes him an exceptionally formidable adversary. With enough prep time, he's basically unstoppable. Kaiju number 9 also has a terrifying ability to regenerate and adapt. During his battles, he can quickly heal from injuries and evolve new physical adaptations to counteract the Defense Force tactics. This rapid adaptability makes him incredibly resilient and difficult to defeat, as he learns from each encounter and becomes even stronger. So yeah, he's basically if Lex Luthor and Doomsday had some unholy baby, mixed with both their best qualities and their terrifying ruthlessness. Kaiju number 9's main goal seems to be retrieving the power of the kaiju that fall into the hands of the Defense Force. Whether this is driven by a desire to strengthen his own species or purely increase his own power remains unclear. Interestingly enough, he has shown little regard for his own minions, suggesting his motivations might be even more complex than that. Is it merely about growing stronger, or is there a deeper purpose? I'm not really sure, so I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on this. If you have any theories about number 9's true motivations, leave them down in the comments. The next kaiju I'll be covering is my favorite kaiju in the series, which is Kaiju number 10. Unlike more strategic kaiju like Kaiju number 8 and 9, number 10 thrives on sheer brutality and raw power. No matter what situation he's in, he's always ready to throw hands, and I respect him for that. In one of the latest episodes, he basically made a nuke from all the wyvern type kaiju, so his destructive capabilities is definitely high up there in the verse. If Kafka hadn't intervened, the entire 3rd Division and everyone in the blast radius would have been reduced to dust. Kaiju number 10's ability to control wyverns isn't his only power. He possesses super strength, speed, and durability that may even surpass Kafka. Actually, his durability is even higher. Hoshine even said in the fight against 10 that his durability was higher than Kaiju number 8. So yeah, he's a thick-skulled demon. In addition to his physical strength, Kaiju number 10 can shoot projectiles from his fingers, which is basically a copy and paste ability from Kaiju number 9. But it makes sense though, Kaiju number 9 is his father. Furthermore, Kaiju number 10 can morph his body to grow into a gigantic form, significantly increasing his fortitude level from 8.3 to 9.0. This form not only enhances his already formidable physical attributes, but also increases his resilience and destructive capability. Hoshine was able to keep up with him while he was in a smaller form, but when he turned into his gigantic form, yeah, Hoshine was washed out the park. He needed help multiple times, or else he would have died. He got smacked through multiple buildings, and he struggled to cut even the armor of Kaiju number 10. I'm still surprised Hoshine even survived that fight. He was throwing up death flags left and right. He had a whole flashback sequence. I thought it was over for him. I'm gonna drop a little bit of spoilers, but if you anime watchers think like that Kaiju number 10 and Hoshine's relationship is over, yeah, just wait. Things are about to get way more interesting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it helped you better understand the world of Kaiju number 8. And I'm curious to know what you guys think, whether you're a manga reader or this is your first time experiencing the series through the anime. I hope you've been enjoying the season as I have. And as always, don't forget to like and sub if you enjoyed Kaiju number 8. I'm planning on making more about the series in the future. And as always, peace.